was poppin'? It's draft league day, and can you believe it? We're already on week 5. Time flies pretty fast. Now, I cooked up some new heat to try for this week versus the one and only Shady Penguin, and as you can see already from the first few Pokemon, we got some pretty interesting sets, but let's talk about Shady's powerful team. Right, he's got the Sneasler. I had that Mon last season. That Mon is good. One of my best Mons that I had on my team. Aside from my TERA captains, that Mon was fire. And yeah, he's got like a lot of great momentum. Like Sneasler, Grimmsnarl, Lando T, Rotom Wash. All of those Mons can pivot out really well with, you know, U-turn, Parting Shot, Volt Switch. And in the back, he's got Serena, which can U-turn, Azelf, which can U-turn, Hisuian Zoroark, and Thwackey, which can U-turn. Great momentum into Mons like Archaludon, which is a huge threat. And Magmortar, TERA, another TERA captain in Magmortar. So TERA Magmortar and TERA Thwackey. I also had TERA Thwackey before, and TERA Thwackey is actually a solid Mon. Like, it's good for what it can do, and especially when he has it with Sneasler, which I also had too. Like, he's got the Unburden potential, so yeah, very versatile. Like, just a solid overall team that he has, and dual screens potential is pretty scary too, because Grimmsnarl is one of the best screen setters, you know, in the game, aside from veiled Mons like Alola Ninetales and things like that, you know. Prankster's great. But yeah, a lot of uncertainty in what he could bring because he has a lot of great Mons versus my team. Hisuian Zoroark is the epitome of uncertainty because that Mon can disguise itself as a lot of other Mons and take me by surprise. Always fearful of Hisuian Zoroark teams as they are quite unpredictable. But I decided to start off with a Pokemon that I think will be really good versus Shady's team, and that's going to be Choice Specs Fezandipiti. Now, if you notice Shady's team, he has one Moonblast switch-in, or one Fairy switch-in, and that is Magmortar. His team, I think, is more physically defensive because of Mons like Intimidate Lando T and Archaludon, which is getting stamina boost and just generally physically bulky. So I think a special attacking Fairy type Mon that can just click buttons is really good. And Magmortar being the only like really good switch-in to Moonblast means that he has to also be careful. Due to it not being a Poison or Steel type, Toxic Chain can badly poison it. So I think that he has to run Pokemon like Spadef, Archaludon, or Rotom Wash, or Lando T in order for us not to 2-hit KO all of his Pokemon with Moonblast. And even though Fezandipiti's lowest stat that it has is its special attack, it can still be quite nice just to be able to click Moonblast over and over. And I'm hoping that it puts in work because Fezandipiti is a cool Pokemon. And yeah, Choice Specs is nice. So I have 33 HP, Magic Chinese number, enough speed for Lando T, just in case so we can Icy Wind. I have Sludge Bomb as well for potential like poison chances, more poison chances than Moonblast, of course, because it's stacked poison chance. And then yeah, max special attack. U-turn I just kind of have for momentum if I really need it, because it can still poison on the switch out. Now, I am bringing Tropius. This week I am bringing Tropius. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or I guess the giraffe in the room. Triple Giraffe, right? I am bringing Triple Giraffe this week. And so I'm bringing Tropius here, which I think can be really good for this matchup because, well, so initially I was kind of skeptical, but I was like, I have to bring Tropius at least once this season, right? I have to. When am I going to bring it? And so I decided to bring it this week. Even though it might not be the best Mon to bring, I still brought it anyways, so I get points for that. But Tropius with a Harvest Keyberry means that, so Keyberry boosts our defense when we get hit by a physical attack, and Harvest brings it back. Pair it with Calm Mind, and we get +1 defense, +1 special defense, and +1 special attack, and then potentially more defense boosts when we harvest our berry, and then more special attack and special defense boosts with Calm Mind. This thing becomes very difficult to take down because we're boosting both sides of our defenses and our offensive stat. And we have Synthesis to heal ourselves up for longevity, Giga Drain for more longevity, and just good damage versus Rotom Wash and stuff like that. And then Terra Blast Flying, which as a flying type itself is quite strong. So the combination of the two is really good. The only Mon that we need to get rid of first is Archaludon, which Choice Specs Moonblast has a pretty easy time of doing. And I think this Mon is really cool. Now the EV spread here, HP and defense enough to take. I think I EV'd it for a +2. I think I EV'd this for a +2 Dire Claw from Sneasler. If it's Adamant, which I think he can run. If he doesn't pay attention to my Mons, he'll run Jolly, but I think it's Adamant. And then some Spadef in HP so that we can sponge things like Hisuian Zoroark and stuff like that, and Calm Mind up and beat it. And a little bit of special attack, so it's a nice little Chinese AV spread here. But this Mon is really bulky. I like this Mon quite a lot. And I was able to, while testing, I did a little bit of testing here and there, and while testing, I was able to sweep with this mon. I think it's going to be cool. Now, for Farigiraf, let's talk about the second giraffe. Now, this one is a really cool one. I think foul play in this matchup is quite nice because Pokemon like Lando T and Serena, Azelf, Hisuian Zoroark, even Magmortar, they take a lot from foul play due to their physical attack being pretty high. Sneasler will take a decent amount as well, but we have Psychic Noise. And I'm running Covert Cloak so that we don't get status destroyed and hacked by Dire Claw. And Dire Claw versus my team is pretty good, especially when you can just click it pretty freely. So I wanted one Covert Cloak mon for the team, and that's going to be Farigiraf, which is Fizdef, so you can sponge a lot of attacks on the physical defensive side. So we have a Psychic Noise just to guarantee Oko the Sneasler, but foul play is great for the other mons, like I said. Wish Protect, we could wish up our mons like Fezandipiti and Raging Bolt and keep them healthy. Even like, because I'm running triple AV, triple giraffes, and then Choice Specs spam. So you already know we got some heat for this one. But yeah, I like Farigiraf for this team with Sap Zipper because of Thwacky and Serena and stuff like that. I think Sap Zipper's the better ability. And now let's talk about our triple AV mons. We got Raging Bolt, which, you know, the third member of the Giraffe Corps is quite nice. I do like this set quite a bit, which just kind of clicks buttons, and Dragon Tail is just there for, you know, if we need to send things out flying, we can do that. Annihilate is quite good too, even though there's Hisuian Zoroark, which counters, you know, the combination of fighting and Ghost. We do have Throat Chop and AV, which can sponge the Shadow Ball and knock out Hisuian Zoroark with a Throat Chop, and Poison Jab is good for Pokemon like, actually, I don't think I have Poison Jab on my team. I think I put Ice Punch as the last thing when I locked in my team. I'm pretty sure I put Ice Punch as the last move. It was Poison Jab before, but then I think I last minute changed it when I locked in. I gotta double check when I play my game. But yeah, anyways. Ice Punch is good for Landers. I was debating on Poison Jab for Grimmsnarl, but then I think I locked in Ice Punch last second just because I think Ice Punch is good for, in general, like Landers. Like Poison Jab will cover the Grimmsnarl, but Ice Punch also covers Serena along with Poison Jab, and also Lando T, which is kind of a threat. So yeah, anyways. But the point of this set is to sponge hits and also has Brick Break so that we can break potential screens. I needed a way to destroy screens, and Brick Break is a great way of doing that. So we'll try that out and see if that works. But yeah, last Pokemon is going to be Mew. And this Mew set is really cool. I like this Mew a lot because it can sponge all the hits that we needed to and also do some good damage because we got Foul Play for those physical attackers. And this also saves me from potential Belly Drum Magmortar. If it's Belly Drum, Foul Play destroys it. Foul Play annihilates it. But then if it's also a special attacking set, we have the AV to sponge hits. And so just coverage moves, clicking buttons with this mon is pretty easy. Enough speed for Lando T. And this one is enough speed for Rotom Wash. And then, yeah, for Lando T. So, yeah, this mon's cool. This Click Psychic Noise prevents healing, just like Farigiraf. We got the Sludge Wave as well for Pokemon like the Grimmsnarl and the Serena and Terra Fairy, Magmortar and stuff like that. Then we get the Foul Play for the attackers. And then, yeah, that's the team. So we got the sponging capabilities, we got the offensive capabilities, and the, yeah, that's I think it. And then the triple draft, triple AV, and Choice Specs. That's the team for this week. So whenever the game starts, we shall queue into it, and I will see you all for the battle starting shortly. The season is flying by quickly as now we are on week 5 of the Shuckle Premier League, season 2, past the halfway point of the season, and taking on Shady Penguin and his shady team of threats. First time playing my boys. We were supposed to play like 5 years ago in another draft league, but he got subbed out for my boy Gym Leader Gio, and I played him instead, and I won, but now get to take him on for real, so I'm excited. And if you're new and haven't already subscribed yet, please do subscribe to help me get to my dream of 100k. We're getting closer, but for now, let's take on the king. And he's got a team of Grimmsnarl, Sneasler, Thwacky, Archeludon, Magmortar, and Rotom Wash. Interesting choices that he brought here. So he did not end up bringing the Landers, nor did he bring the Hisuian Zoroark or the Azelf or anything like that. That's cool. But he does have both of his Terra captains here. One of them will be able to Terra. Not sure which one it'll be. I think it'll be Magmortar, and maybe not the Thwacky, but Yeah, interesting. So, he has the potential for Screens Grimmsnarl as a lead. Or maybe he leads with like Rotom. Or Thwackey perhaps is an option. I'm kind of just tempted to lead with my Choice Specs Fezandipiti and just start clicking buttons, right? He doesn't have the best Moonblast switch-ins. I mean, he does have Magmortar, which is a decent enough sponge, but I have Triple AV, so I got a lot of switch-ins to it. So every single time I bring in Fezandipiti, I get big damage off. So I think that's kind of my route for this game, is to just try to get as much damage as I can on his Pokemon. And it's going to be tough with dual screens, but because I have Brick Break on my Annihilate, I think it should be fine. Because we'll be able to break screens, and he doesn't have any Mon that can shut that screen breaker down. But I'm excited. Hopefully we can make Tropius work, because it's the first time I'm bringing Tropius debuting for this game. And I really want to make it put in work, because it's the most, I guess, well, it's the lowest tier Mon that I have on my team aside from Vulpix. I didn't even think of another better time to bring it. I wanted to bring it, so at least once for the season. So it's going to be a Thwackey lead. Okay. So in that case, he gets up the grassy terrain for me. That's cool. I could just Moonblast here, I think. Because I could Sludge Bomb, but he has the potential for Terra Steel. And I don't want to do that. In the event that he does like Terra Steel Swords Dance, I can play around it. Should be able to. So I do think a Moonblast is great. And I don't think you'll want to waste his Terra right off the bat when he has Magmortar still there. Plus I could have Heat Wave and Nasty Plot. So it could be a set that his Terra Steel doesn't like, that he's got to take into consideration. Hard switch is out, so we get free damage on something. What's it gonna be? Let's find out. It's gonna be the Archaludon. This is pretty nice. So this thing is like very, very Spidef bulky. Extremely Spidef bulky. And it is leftovers, which means it's probably max Spidef and max HP, probably. Yeah, that's annoying, but you know, it's fine. If he wants to, like, if this is a more support set to get up rocks, I could just keep clicking Moonblast. I'm EV'd to withstand heavy slams and flash cannons and stuff like that, so weakening Archaludon actually opens up Tropius, so I feel like that's definitely a route I could go if this Mon is dead or weakened enough. And it's gonna be rocks. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It's going to be rocks. I didn't bring any hazard control for this matchup, but I think that's fine. I think that should be fine. So we'll just Moonblast again. Try to weaken it. Like I said, we're out of range of any attack from this Archaludon set. And now that we know, I mean, we know it's Spidef. We know it's just really bulky, so his damage output is probably not the greatest with this Mon. And switches, nice. So interesting. Doesn't go for Flash Cannon or anything like that. Wants to preserve. Goes into the Magmortar. Good little chip here and there. Ooh, and a Toxic Chain activation. Not bad. That's another good thing about this Mon, is that you can't really switch in things for free if you're not immune to poison, because you might get poisoned. And there is an example of that. So now I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to go into my Mew. So Chinese AV Mew is able to deal with all forms of Magmortar, even the Belly Drum variants, because I have Foul Play. And we are naturally faster. Resistant to Mach Punch. Because I've dealt with special attacking sets and physical attacking sets of Magmortar. Both of them are really great and viable options. So Mew can deal with all of them, including his Terra types, because I also have Sludge Wave for Terra Poison. Oh, sorry, Terra Fairy. So he goes for Flamethrower. Little chip there. Definitely an offensive-ish set, it seems, because it does a considerable amount of damage for me being AV and a Mew. But he's badly poisoned, so he's not healing. That's good. A little earth power goes a long way. See what we can do. Basically, he doesn't know what my sets are, so I feel like I can safely click any attack right now. Switches out. What does he go into? Let's see. Goes into the Rotom. Okay. Perfectly fine. That allows me to get damage on this with a Psychic Noise. And I'm also getting back passive recovery as well from the terrain, which just, I guess, wore off. So going to, I think Psychic Noise here's the play. Just so I can get some damage. I don't know if I should switch into my Raging Bolt, because he'll just Volt Switch out anyways, and I'll just take Chip. So might as well stay in, I think, and fire off an attack. Even if he's Nasty Plot or something, it's fine. I'm naturally faster. If he's Scarf and Tricks, he takes my AV and can't do anything else with any other non-offensive attack. And I sponge hits from this because I am, of course, AV. Good chip. Solid. Volt Switch is out, so we don't take much from that either. Very nice. So now I'm curious to see what he goes into. If he goes into, I guess it would make sense for him to maybe go into Grimmsnarl here. If he sees those two attacks and doesn't know I have a poison attack, Grimmsnarl would make a lot of sense to potentially get up screens, or if it's like a more offensive set, he could bulk up. Grimmsnarl is a little bit more annoying just because it has, I think it's more unpredictable. Grimmsnarl and Sneasler are both like two of the scary mons on his team that we gotta watch out for. Especially together. But I'm also glad that there's no Hisuian Zoroark, because that mon creates all sorts of uncertainty of what's out on the field at a certain time. He's really thinking about what to send out, though. Brings out, what is this? Okay, the Thwackey. So the best thing that this can do is, well, I guess two best things is either going for a strong grass attack or U-turning. Or knockoffing, I guess. But if he U-turns, I probably should not switch. He has momentum on his team for sure, with Volt Switch and potentially U-turn, right? I could go into my, I could go into Raging Bolts and just sit in there and just click attack. So I could just Sludge Wave, which, I mean, I don't think he's gonna TERA. His TERA types are Grass, Steel, and Fire. I mean, I don't really lose much from clicking Sludge Wave here. Oh, nice damage. Very good. Goes for knockoff. That's cool. That's, I mean, he's definitely a Violite. I think bulky a Violite, or some kind of a Violite set, because he sponged it, and I guess I could fire off another one. Does Grassy Glide knock me out from this range? I don't think it does. I'm at 144 HP. Yeah, from the looks of it, yeah, I don't think Grassy Glide knocks me out from this range. And I'm faster. Let's go for it. That should be fine. I don't know if he's gonna TERA or not, but if he does, that means my Mortar cannot TERA, and if he doesn't, and just goes for Grassy Glide, I'm pretty sure I live this. Or he might switch out. We'll see. Glides? Nice. Easy. Easy living. Goodbye, Thwackey. So if he wants to use this terrain with Sneasler, he has to go into it now. He would have to go into it right now to use it, but then he can't Swords Dance or anything like that. He can't Swords Dance, so That should be fine. Otherwise, he goes into... I think my Mew is faster than everything, right? Except for Sneasler. I'm also out of range of Stealth Rocks, which is cool. I think from this range, I am out of Stealth Rock range. It is pretty nice. So I guess now... Okay, he goes into... Is that the Rotom? It is the Rotom, yep. So the Rotom comes in. I could Psychic Noise again, or I could Preserve Mew. I could try to preserve stuff, right? Differential, I lost 4 in the last game, so probably, if I could try to make up 4 for that, that'd be nice. Just try to save Mons anywhere I can. Potentially going Raging Bolts might be a fine play. Even if he Volt Switches, that's fine. Goes for Volt Switch. Okay. Goes into Whomst. Let's find out. If it's Grimmsnarl, I don't think that's too much of a problem. Goes into our Chaludon. This mon is super annoying. This mon is super annoying. Yeah, our Chaludon definitely, with the terrain, is getting back a lot more health than I would have liked. I could probably go hard into Fezandipiti. Probably could. Because I don't want to stay in for a dragon move, right? But I could also go Annihilate, because if I take damage on this, then I get Rage Fist powered up. So this actually might be cool. So he actually roars, okay. It's not Dragon Tail, it is Roar. Sends me out into... Mew, okay. I mean, that's... I would have preferred to get sent out into Fezandipiti so I could just Moonblast spam a couple times. But that's fine. I guess, I mean, I could just fire off the safe Earth Power. I don't want to give this mon another stamina boost or anything like that, or any kind of stamina boosts for that matter. I am tempted to Psychic Noise, but I think I want an Earth Power, but I want a Psychic Noise. But I'm sure he went Rotom anyways, so we'll play it as if, you know, I stayed in and clicked Psychic Noise and died of Volt Switch, I guess. Not the end of the world. Does get Leftovers chip back. Chip recovery. And I will attack. Should put it around half or so. Yeah, a little below. Nice. That's cool. Puts things lower. So Mew is gone. But we got rid of a little bit of the Archaludon, some of Rotom, all of Thwackey. Yeah, not bad. Not bad so far. But we get to switch initiative now, right? So he gets to send out his mon first, and then we get to choose accordingly which mon we get to send out. And go from there. That's kind of nice. Goes into Archaludon again. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it gets more health. Well, I mean, in that case, I'm just gonna go into Fezandipiti, I think. Or I could Brick Break, try to do some damage with Annihilate, but I think Fezandipiti. I think Fezandipiti is the play. We go into it, we click Moonblast. If he brings out Magmortar, it gets chipped and it gets poisoned. And I should be fine. Should be fine. It's Moonblast here. Just gotta play this consistently and safely. Choice Specs Fezandipiti is putting in a lot of work though. This mon is really good for what it can do. I like it. You know, it's not really strong. It's not really strong Pokemon right off the bat, but it definitely all adds up in the end. Because I remember like a lot of people in draft, they don't use Fezandipiti as much. For me, I really like it a lot because it's super versatile in what it can do. It's fast, outruns a lot of mons, clicks buttons pretty well, potential poisons. I like it. It's gonna be the Magmortar, nice. And there's no Grassy Terrain up, so there's gonna be some good damage going on here. Little crit, I mean, it's a resisted crit, so it's not that useful. Special attack drop though is kind of cool. Kind of nice. Probably just Moonblast again at this point. Why not? Just keep staying in and clicking. Although I might need to save Fezandipiti for... I might need to save this mon for Grimmsnarl, because if Grimmsnarl is an offensive or like kind of a bulk up set, I definitely... I'm gonna struggle against that mon if Pokemon like... Yeah, like Raging Bolt, like a bulk up Grimmsnarl versus Raging Bolt, Annihilate, stuff like that. It's gonna be tougher. So I think I need to keep Fezandipiti around here because I can live. I'm resistant to dark attacks, spirit breaks, sucker punches. Yeah, this one is a huge win con. This mon is a huge win con for sure. Goes into Sneasler. Ah, my old mascot, my old Pokemon on my team, my current mascot right now. So okay, what do I do versus this? So from this position, what do I do? I want to keep Fezandipiti healthy. Why would he go into this mon though right now? Unless he's Choice Banded Dire Claw, which would do a lot to Fezandipiti. It would knock me out, of course. Well, Dire Claw would do a lot, but Dire Claw would probably knock me out, actually. Now that I think about it, so... Unless he Swords Dance this year, which could be bad for me, but I did EV my Tropius to survive a +2 Dire Claw after Rocks, so I have an out. My Covert Cloak set here will be good to deal with this mon. Swords Dance is a crazy play. Against my Choice Specs, Fezandipiti is also crazy. It actually is pretty crazy, but I don't survive a close... I don't think I survive a close combat if he's adamant. If he's Jolly, I do. If he's adamant, I don't. But then if he's -1, my Tropius defense and HP allows me to survive a Dire Claw, and I can knock it out with a Terra Fairy Terra Blast. So it should be good. It should be good. So yeah, close combat, if he's adamant, would, after Rocks, would knock me out. The Rocks damage actually is annoying. It actually is annoying because it puts some of my mons in range, but yeah, like my Tropius is a great wait, Gunk Shot. Oh shoot, Gunk Shot. That's a 120 power, isn't it? Oh no. Shoot, wait. Well, he might miss. He might miss. Wait. Shoot. Wait. Wait a second. Nah, wait, gunk shot? Wait, gunk shot though? Wait. Shoot, I choked. Wait, did I choke? Wait, I might have choked. Oh no, wait, no. Gunk shot. First of all, gunk shot. And not dire claw. And gunk shot and no miss. And gunk shot. Oh, wait. Wait, that was the worst play I ever made in my entire life. Wait. Wait, no. I could have choice. Wait, what if I choice specs Moonblast? Wait, do I really get swept now? Do I really get swept here? Okay, so I could be TERA Steel, right? I could be TERA Steel on this. Maybe he goes for the. Maybe does he predict my TERA? TERA Steel? If he misses, I could also just knock this out right now. TERA Flying, TERA Blast. If there's one gunk shot miss, because I live close combat, I live whatever else. Gunk shot's crazy though. You like that's not inaccurate. That's not an accurate move, but that's strong. Oh no. I might have just made the worst play in the history of Emvee plays, but I didn't think that was gonna be the case. I didn't think he'd be gunk shot. I thought he'd be dire claw. First of all, I didn't think he could afford to Sword Dance there, because I have choice specs out, and then I just. Nah, no. These are like the stages of grief and denial that I'm going through right now. What's going on? Oh no. Okay, well let's see. We're not. It's not out just yet. Let's see what happens. He might not gunk shot. He gunk shots and hits. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I didn't think it was a bad play, but it turned out being a very bad play. I didn't think it was at first though, but now that I think about it, I had a more guaranteed way of winning this. But I wanted to keep my thing for Grimmsnarl, because I didn't know what set it was. Okay, I mean, I live any hit from this. If he attacks me here, I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he's like on that high right now, and he's like, oh, we might win this, we might sweep him. And I hope he just attacks, so I can get a big Rage Fist off and then knock it out with Thunderclap. I'm so sad right now. Wait, this should not have happened. Sword Dance is, oh, again, no. He knows what to do. He knows what to do. That's not in Thunderclap range either. Ah, oh, no. That's crazy. Shady is more evil than me. Took my own mascot, took my own friend from last season, and is doing this. That's crazy. Ah, I should not have switched Fezandipiti out. I should not have stupidly switched it out. I could have just guaranteed the win if I stayed in and clicked Moonblast like I was doing over and over. I really didn't think he was going to Swords Dance. Or that he had Gunk Shot. Actually, yeah, Gunk Shot is more what I'm surprised about. Swords Dance is a great play though, but... oh no. Close combats. You know, scientists, they're gonna study this game. They're gonna wonder what happened to me for that one turn. Why did I want to switch? They're gonna study that. Definitely a little embarrassed about this one. I did not expect that to happen. Well, I didn't think he'd have Gunk Shot and Swords Dance there for that reason that I've been clicking Choice Specs Moonblast every time. If I just Choice Specs Moonblast and then Thunderclapped, I just like, I mean, I pretty much won. But I thought he was gonna just Dire Claw and knock me out, and then I could just go into, or I could just go into the thing safely. And then my safety thing in the back was the Tropius, because my Tropius would always live a +1, or +2 Dire Claw, even after rocks. Yeah, that was a very stupid play I made. That was a very, very stupid play. I feel super bad. Like, I don't even know. I thought that I could just switch out, be fine, but nah. Sneasler destroyed me. GG, too shady. Good game, good game. I apologize for that play. I sincerely, to you all, apologize for that play. I don't think I'm gonna make that play again. I hope I don't ever make a play like that again. But yeah, that was really stupid. That was actually a really stupid play to make, to switch out there. In life though, in life, if you love me at my best, you must also love me at my worst. We all go through tough times in life, and this is one tough time in my life. So take my hand and help me back up on my feet for next week.
A few moments later.
I've come to terms that I'm probably not going to be able to sleep well tonight. Even Joey was telling me with his choke versus Gator last week, he had some trouble sleeping, but you know, it usually happens to me whenever I lose a game, especially something like this. I always have trouble sleeping that night. Happy for Shady winning. Hopefully, you know, we can rematch him in playoffs and beat him for good. I'm actually really glad Shady's doing well because that means maybe, just maybe, he'll have more incentive to come back and do more Draft League stuff with us. That'll be fun. Check out his side as well. I was listening back to my narration and it was actually quite entertaining seeing me deteriorate in real time. I thought it was pretty funny. Hope you all enjoy either way. You know, I love bringing y'all fun content, and please do subscribe if you're new. I promise, you know, I'm not consistently bad. I play pretty well on average on most days. And, you know, you'll learn a thing or two from me, but I wanted to announce some trades that I made. So, you know, of course, aside from me throwing away a perfectly winnable game, which we're never going to talk about again, right? We're never going to. I made some transactions that I figured might be helpful potentially. I realized that there was like kind of a hole in my team. People could just run fast mons like Sneasler and run a plus attack nature or, you know, plus offensive nature on any kind of fast mon because I have no speed in between Weavile and my second fastest mon, which are base 100s, which are like Mew, Flagon, etc. So you could run those kind of, like, you don't have to run plus speed versus me with those kind of faster mons, so you get more damage output. I decided to swap 1 point Tropius and 1 point Vulpix for 1 point Jumpluff and 1 point Dracloak. Jumpluff is my new TERA captain with flying, poison, and water. Poison specifically I think is really cool because it beats Sneasler 1v1 and some other stuff. And water I think is nice typing in general. It's the most used type of my Fergraph, and I think water in general is just so good. So I figured, you know, I'd just bring it on Jumpluff as well. Good for sponging capabilities and coverage. This Pokemon has a base 110 speed now as a TERA captain, so it forces more plus speed natures on faster Pokemon. You can't get away with running a plus attack unless you want to be risky, so, you know, less damage overall by the opponent. Dracloak I thought was cool because it's only 1 point, can run a Violet and some other stuff as well, base 102 speed tier. Cool screens user, has some nice typings, can do some interesting stuff with its moves. And then finally I swapped TERA Electric on Flagon. I didn't swap Flagon, don't worry. Swapped TERA Electric on Flagon for TERA Normal. I think that's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens, but it's interesting now because my playoffs isn't guaranteed, so it's on the fence. But as long as I win, I think at least one more out of the 3 games. 2 would be like super good, but at least one more, that'd be great. Hopefully I can do it. I feel pretty bad right now, but I'll do my best. We'll see what happens. Wish me a good night so I can sleep well. Peace.